Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, been doing some, not no soul searching, just doing some soul thinking. And I thought I'd bring the OJs into this because it's appropriate. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the disillusioned individual. So in this Can We Talk series, I'm gonna talk. But you always talking. That's all you ever do is talk. Good. Because somebody needs to start talking. Ladies and gentlemen, I just decided to put in this thing about Hurricane Maria. See, it keeps doing that. It won't let me touch the screen without touching the screen. I went to this island because I said to myself, you know, they talk about these people. Everywhere you go, they have nothing good to say about Puerto Ricans. It's all negative, negative, negative. And as I said, my mother always said, if people ain't got nothing good to say about you, if they're always saying something bad about you, that means that there must be something good about you. I don't judge people. I don't, because it's not necessary. Oh no, I hear you talking about people all the time, and then you're always judgmental. No, I talk about people to whom I've had contact with, based on first impressions. You know, like many of those people who email me when I tell them don't email me to ask questions. You see, I told you if I answer an email, what's going to happen is that I'll receive another email, and then another email, and then it turns into a conversation. Hold on one second, y'all. Y'all going to miss a little bit of my OJs, but hold on.
I'm sorry, this is television. You don't miss anything.
Again, it's not an issue of judging the people, because you cannot judge an entire people for what a few did. But I can, because Puerto Ricans are the most hospitable people I've ever met on this planet. They will cook you a meal in a split second. They will offer you a meal. They're always offering. When I was inside their wonderful, wonderful stone cages, even the ones in there, even if they didn't like you, you know how you're told, no, do not accept their offer because it might be something wrong with it. They may have peat in it, or they may have put something chemical in it. No, that's not them. They do this because of what people say about them, about how they are selfish. Okay, so they do this because this is what they've been taught to do, especially with so-called Americans. But then if you watch them, they offer things to each other all the time. I like the fact that they would get together, put all their little commissary together, and they would make a meal and they would share it with each other. Now, don't get me wrong, the majority of them can cook. So let me just say the food was not bad. Some of the food was horrible because they didn't know how to cook it, because it's not a traditional meal for them, but it was a requirement, okay? But let me go ahead and tell you the truth. While sitting there many a days watching these people plot to take my life, and I'm not joking, watching them plotting to take my life, not knowing if they were going to put together some little device that they sharpened, because they were always sharpening toothbrushes, having the guards bring in metal this and metal that. Ladies and gentlemen, Puerto Rico. So I would sit there and I would say, pay them back. Don't let them get away with this. That was the conversation. Hold on. We're going to take a look at this one. Let's go back. I don't know why it keeps doing that, Mama. We're going to take a look at this video.
The situation in Puerto Rico post-Hurricane Maria is absolutely devastating. I want to show you a little news clip on that. Check it out.
There are so many people without food or water or enough supplies, and there's so much destruction here that it's difficult to get the help to the people that need it. We managed to get to the point of landfall yesterday on the southeast coast of the island, and what we found was a town where people are just trying to survive, and they are scared for what might happen if help doesn't come soon. This morning, harrowing accounts of survival are emerging after Hurricane Maria's devastating blow to Puerto Rico. 155-mile-per-hour winds and 30 inches of rain wiping out the island's power grid, leaving 3.5 million people in darkness. Now that we're south of town, we're seeing some damage that actually looks almost like a tornado came through. Clearly, this is the path of the eye when it came through. We drive to Yabucoa in the southeastern part of the island where Maria made landfall. Millions of trees destroyed.
It's just incredible. Just when you think you've reached the end of the eye's path, another entire valley of stripped trees.
It's there where we meet Maria Ortiz, waiting in line for clean water that's been trucked in. She runs a nursing home nearby and is in dire need of help.
I want the world to know there's a lot of old people here in Puerto Rico that they need help, you know?
And don't get me wrong, I am not saying that this was caused because I asked that they be paid back for the way they treated me and how they were as a people. Because, as you all know, I really do care about people, and she's right. There is a lot of elderly in Puerto Rico. They live simple. They live by simple means. And so they are not receiving the help that they should. And donating money is not going to get help to them. You see, the government doesn't care about Puerto Rico, which is why that society is the way it is. It's why they get to live the way they do. Let me explain to you what Puerto Rico and our government does to those people. They will never become a state. You can never allow Puerto Rico to become a state. They will never let Puerto Rico become a state. Why? Because they don't care about Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is just there as a buffer, a military buffer. That's all it was to begin with. Remember, the United States was having an issue from countries to the east of Puerto Rico. They had no other territory. They couldn't have Cuba. They couldn't have Haiti and Dominica. They couldn't have either one of those. Puerto Rico is the largest island mass after those two larger countries, Cuba and Dominica and the island of Dominica, Haiti. And it is an island. Don't misunderstand that. Dominica and the island of Haiti is an island. So they needed a buffer. That's Puerto Rico. Okay, just like Hawaii. Go ahead, I promise you people will say the same thing about Hawaii. If you would only know, most of Puerto Rico's roads are so, well, I gotta give them credit. They do repave. They are very good at repaving their road. They get a lot of rain, so they got a lot of potholes in Puerto Rico. New York ain't got nothing on Puerto Rico when it comes to potholes. Okay? But what they don't do is educate the people. The teenagers, they go to school, they're not learning anything. Most of them drop out of school at the age of 8. But definitely by the age of 14. They're not in school. And the drugs? I was amazed that some of these guys were selling weed and crack and all this other stuff and thought they were big-time drug dealers. Then everybody, look, the one thing I was told about Puerto Rico is all of their cars had dents. This doesn't look like a car that has dents, does it?
It's so, we can't let them die. We can't let them die. We need diesel for the generator. We need light. We need water.
She takes us there, showing the devastation. Her 11 patients are frail, hot, and dehydrated. This generator powers the electricity in the home right now, but she's worried about what will happen when it runs out of fuel. Now I see when that generator runs out.
What we gonna do? What we gonna...
Now, I want you guys to pay attention to where they are. And look at this room. And this is how they take care of their elderly. This is how the buildings are. Now, when I tell people, you notice this building wasn't destroyed. Take a look. This is 8 inches of solid concrete. All of their buildings are concrete. You have the other buildings, like the one you've seen torn up, made of wood. The 3 little piggies and the wolf, they already know that, because they've had a lot of wolves come to town blowing and huffing and puffing. And so because they get so many hurricanes, their buildings are made out of cement. Look at the walls. Look at how thick that wall is. This window, what you're going to find, and most people don't know this, I made a joke about it the other day about you'll have Puerto Rican buildings with no windows and no doors, and it's completely abandoned. Okay, well, that's how their buildings are. What the people do is they will steal these louvers, because these are shutters, hurricane shutters. And so most of their buildings require that stuff to be that thick. That's why you don't see none of these buildings being knocked down or caved in. It is the newer buildings that are not up to these codes. These are the older codes, but it's the newer buildings that you saw laying on the ground. Let's minimize this. Uh-oh.
Most vulnerable victims of this hurricane. We remember what happened to the most vulnerable at that nursing home in Florida after Hurricane Irma. Maria sends her daughter in Florida a message of love.
I'm sorry, Maria. Hold on. But the story was not about you, Maria. I want you all to see. Let's go to this video. So I just want you to be able to understand how the buildings in Puerto Rico are for the most part. And this is even including in the hills. Puerto Rico has a lot of hills. Beautiful place.
Puerto Rico is in desperate need of assistance. The island remains in crisis 5 days after Hurricane Maria made direct landfall.
This is a garage area, but they're not showing you the actual buildings.
Federal support is urgent. Puerto Rican officials saying help.
These are the buildings with the thick walls. You don't see none of these knocked down. Okay, even this house, you don't see none of the walls knocked down, because that's how thick the cement is on their buildings.
It's Puerto Rican Governor Ricardo Rosselló. Thank you, sir, so much for joining us.
Okay, but this stuff right here, of course this stuff is going to get knocked down.
Every being that I run into in the street is asking me about this situation. They're saying reporters can get there. You know, it's a United States province. You know, why is it that we can't immediately get food and water and those sort of...
The reason why they can't get food and water immediately to Puerto Rico, they knew the hurricane was coming, and for every other place, they purposely delay getting things there. They had time to prepare, and here it is over a week after the hurricane hit, and still relief supplies are not there the way they should be. This, like I said, they do not care about Puerto Rico. Now, mind you, my thing is, this government and Puerto Rico needed to be exposed, and this hurricane could not have been done better to explain to you about Puerto Rico. There are so many things about Puerto Rico. This is a third world country, people, and now it's a fourth world country after Hurricane Maria. Puerto Rico should have been brought into the new age. It should have been brought into the modern age, but it is not. Puerto Rico is still on the paper system and the carbon copy system. After all of this time, they are the way Los Angeles was in the 1970s and very early 1980s, before we had computers. Everything is paper. You go to their county recorder's office, all of their junk is paper. After all of this time, they're like those, you know, those smaller cities in America, those smaller offices in America. You know, you go there and everything is so old town, grandmother, grandfather still working there, and oh no, that's Bilford. Well, no, he doesn't get off work from fire department until 4. And so he's only going to be here for 15 minutes. So you got to pick a number and be the first to stand in line at 4 o'clock, because he's only going to be here 15 minutes, because then he got to get over to the hospital, because he operates the ER from 4:30 to 7:30. So yeah, and if you go to the ER and he's there, oh God, just make sure that you don't have any terminal illness, because he's still learning. That's Puerto Rico. And they treat their people even worse, which is why their people are the way they are. Some people are not going to be mad. Oh, he's talking about Puerto Rico. It's different from other people who haven't been there. They don't have the right, but I was there. I got to see the people. I got to see how nosy they are. I got to see how gossipy they are. Most gossiping place I've ever been. But let me show you again. They talk about, I told you, one guy told me,
before you go to Puerto Rico, if you're going to buy a car, you got to buy yourself a car with dents.
Okay? Wasn't joking. He said if you're going to buy yourself a car with dents. Because he talks about how they don't know how to drive in Puerto Rico. Now, it's not that they don't know how to drive. Puerto Ricans will bogart. On the freeway, they will cut in front of you, no blinker, no nothing. Okay? And the thing is, let me explain something about that culture. For people who are not from Puerto Rico, they consider that offensive. See, I'm the type of guy, when I'm driving and you cut me off without a blinker, you're disrespecting me. That's the way I was taught. That's the way I was brought up when I learned how to drive. That you have to turn your blinker on to show the other party you're moving over. It's courtesy. That's why there are courtesy lights. They're yellow. Okay? That's the way I was taught when I learned how to drive. And I've driven trucks and buses and cars and even taxied planes down runways. 747s, 737s, you know, that type of thing. Okay, well, no, not 747s. No. We didn't have 747s on our side of the airport. We had 737s, 767s, 727s, but no 747s. That was in the international. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, no dents on this truck. And no dents on any of the cars that we've seen so far, including the cars that had debris on them. There are no dents. Because most Puerto Ricans, especially the ones who work downtown and so forth and other things, have the newer cars. Why do they have the newer cars? Well, ladies and gentlemen, they have the newer cars because Puerto Rico is a very materialistic place. Extremely materialistic. But if you're a gringo, that's right, if you're not from Puerto Rico, you're a gringo. It doesn't matter if you're black or white. See, in California, a black person ain't a gringo. A person of color, should I say, is not a gringo. A white person would be a gringo. But not in Puerto Rico. Everybody who's not from Puerto Rico is a gringo. And it doesn't matter if you're from New York and you are New Yorican. It doesn't matter. You're still a gringo. But you get treated with more respect than the so-called non-New Yorican gringos. And if you're from Dominica, oh God, they will deal with you because you know how to speak Spanish. But if you're from Dominica and you're in Puerto Rico, they will stab you in the back in a split second. If there was a riot or if there was some hatred that broke off, you all become enemies instantly. You will be friends only when you smile. That's why we played Backstabbers. I wish I had smiling faces coming on because that's what is going on. And then pay attention. They put this idiot in office and he gets the hurricane. I did the video last night showing everybody about the... Sorry, I'm trying to remember. I had it and now I lost it. I did a video last night showing how the government knew about Irma and Hurricane Jose before it ever happened. This is a state police, Puerto Rico State Police car. Now you see he's got some, looks like he's got some damage, but I can't tell, it's too far because no, that's the hood because it's the same side on this side and that's the light. So no damage. But this is a state police. This type of structure, of course this type of structure is damaged in a hurricane, but you don't see the building being damaged. The building is still standing. because those buildings are 8 inches thick. Building not damaged. Windows not damaged. Okay? Buildings not damaged. Why? Because these, oh, this is San Juan. This is one of the hotels in San Juan, right next to the San Juan Pier, Pier 6. Know this hotel very well. Don't know the name of it. Been around it. But no dents. Okay? These roofs right here, these are the newer buildings. Because the other buildings, the ones that are made out of cement, their roofs are flat and they're cement. This stuff right here is not the typical house building. Okay? Let's see if they will show you one of the buildings. One of the, they're showing these because these are the buildings where they all have the same type of roofs.
I mean, it seems like we have an army, we have a navy.
See, these have the square roofs at the top. See, roofs not gone. But these are, I want you all to understand something. It is stupid that they're showing this because you see how there's no window here? These were already abandoned buildings. Okay? These were already abandoned buildings. So what they're showing you is stupid. Okay? This is an area where there was nobody to begin with. Okay? This isn't it's a building. Puerto Rico has over 600,000 abandoned buildings. That's why if you were going to do A for V, Puerto Rico would be the place to go. I was getting ready to start doing that, y'all.
Crews and stuff, having energy,
okay,
and
look,
electricity.
okay,
explain all of this.
But what they're showing you, see, this one has wood over it. This lets you know that there was somebody taking care of that building. No windows out around here. But they showed you the other buildings with no windows because they wanted you to see something. Look at that. No dents in this truck. This is an older model truck and you don't even see dents on it. So when you hear this stuff about Puerto Rico and the cars, and it's not Cuba, but it might as well be the way they treat their people. All right, that's enough of a critique of Puerto Rico. Like I said, I'm just talking. Apparently they're saying they're sending cruise ship. Okay, they're sending cruise ships with supplies to Puerto Rico. Excuse me, what does that have to do with anything? Okay, what does that have to do with anything? They're sending cruise ships to Puerto Rico. I want to do something because this means something to me. I've been hearing about it as of late. You guys, see, I keep doing that. Sorry. You guys have heard about these football players . You see, you have football players not standing for the flag. That's a lie. It's football players not standing when they're doing the national anthem. Why are they not standing? Does anybody know this? Well, the football players have tried to explain. Because it started with the shootings and the killings by the police officers of
African Americans,
the
people of color.
You guys need to pay attention. Have you heard the news about the police shooting Hispanic individuals? Of course they are. But you're not hearing it on the news because it doesn't happen as often. Okay? Athletes join Kaepernick by refusing to stand during the national anthem. They're making this about the national anthem. It ain't about the national anthem. They were protesting about police brutality, police overhandedness. Okay? It's not about the flag. It's not about the national anthem. The media and Trump is making this about the place your hand over your heart. Does any of you know why you put your hand over your heart? That's not showing you're protecting your heart. That's showing that you're pledging your heart. You're pledging your life for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Why would you do that? Put your hand over your heart. Now repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag. Why would you do that? Why would you pledge your allegiance to a flag, people? Some of you are going to get mad. Some of you are not going to be happy. Just like the media is trying to make this an issue where people are angry. Why? Because they're talking about the American anthem and the American flag. How dare they? Excuse me? It's a flag. It's a stupid song. It's a stupid song that people weren't doing 50 years ago, 60 years ago. It's a stupid song. It's just that, why are they playing them at the beginning of sporting events? What does that have to do with sporting events? What are they doing at a sporting event? What does the military have to do with football?
Oh, they're going into battle.
Yeah, okay. And pay attention how they put the media in front of the football players. Why? Excuse me, not the media, but the military in front of the football players. Why would they do that? Pay attention, people. They're doing this on purpose. Okay? Pay attention. They knew he was going to take a knee. That's why they did it. No, don't take my word for it. Go and watch any other national anthem and see if the military is standing in front. See if this is a normal thing. And look.
Former Army Ranger player defies Black Steelers coach.
Okay. Black Steelers coach. Black Steelers coach. Why did it have to be race? If he wasn't black, ladies and gentlemen, if he wasn't black, you wouldn't be hearing about that. There is an American flag on the field. Why is there an American flag on the field of a sporting event? It has nothing to do with sports. You guys need to really go back and take a look at how there was a time when the anthem wasn't played at sporting events. But it was played there because they needed to get this so-called national, what's the word? Dang it. It's where you, it is a religious thing where you get the people to have this type of feeling towards their country. And I can't think of the word right now. It's a simple word. I know you got it. I know you, don't email me that stupid word, people. Patriotism. Okay? It's designed to get the people to get involved in patriotism, the feel for something. Let's do this one right here. Let's enlarge it. Uh-oh, I did it again. Let's enlarge it as large as we can get it. I want you to take a look. Where's the military? Where's the military? Now, I want you to pay attention. We got the camera. Wait, look at the camera right here. Focus right on him. Hold on. Look at the camera. Focus right on the top of his head on purpose. All for show. What's the camera doing there? What's the camera doing there? Notice they have their, I'm sorry, I hate to point this out, skin color, okay? They have their hands over, wait, let's just pull that video up. Forget that. Let's pull this video up. I want y'all to see something because I just noticed it. I haven't seen this before. I saw it on the news today. I want to talk about it because it's necessary. Where is the military? Where's the military? Why is this flag being brought across the field? Because the NFL owners have worked out a deal, have put it in there because the networks and the military and the U.S. government have all worked out a deal to make you all do this. Why? Because it needs to have patriotism. Again, the word tism. Uh-oh, I skipped it. Let's go back. It won't let me go back. But what I want to do is I want to show you no military in front. Where's the military? Where are the cameras in front showing? Now, I want you to pay attention. No hands over the hearts. He's trying. You see him? He's got his hand over his heart. Bless his little heart. He's got his hand over his heart. Bless his little heart. Let's go.
During the national anthem on Sunday, defying President Donald Trump's call for protesting players to be fired. He's fired. The day's first show of protest.
Did you hear that idiot? Now see, I haven't been watching nobody's news. Did you hear? Look, Trump bless his little heart. He's trying. But, ladies and gentlemen, these are people of color. They are saying, we're tired of you killing black people just to be killing. I don't care if you think this or think that. You guys are shooting to kill. Hold on, y'all. I gotta see who this is. I gotta take this call. 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, I was just on the phone with a young man who's in court right now. And this is a simple court matter. It's not something that anybody needs to be alarmed about. He was pulled over by some officers, and they asked him for an ID, and he gave him his Moorish identification. They issued him a ticket, and he's been going through the court thing for a couple of months now. What they're saying is that he is being brought under disorderly conduct. The reason why they're claiming he's being brought under disorderly conduct, because the identification he gave them, this particular identification,
According to them,
was not the official identification. Wait a minute, hold on. We gotta talk about this, so when it comes, I'm gonna show it to y'all so that y'all can see it, so that y'all can get it, because this was done on purpose by the players, okay? Done on purpose. So I'm gonna show it to y'all in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, I told the gentleman, when you go into that courtroom, tell him I'm the beneficial owner of the Equitable Trust. How may I help you, Mr. Trustee? Then I told him you're to repeat it again if they ask you another question. No matter what they say, I'm the beneficial owner of the Equitable Trust. How may I help you? Equitable Cestake Trust. I'm the beneficial owner of the Equitable Cestake Trust. How may I help you, Mr. Trustee? That's what I told him. That's what I would say. He said, all right, I'm going to do that. I said, if they say anything else, you tell them, I'm sorry. I am the beneficial owner of the Equitable Cestake Trust. How may I help you, Mr. Trustee? If he gets upset or anything, say, I'm sorry, excuse me. But it appears that you are not administering your duties appropriately. So I will no longer participate in these proceedings. I am going to exercise my right to remain. So don't interrupt me. I have a right to put this on the record. I am going to exercise my right to remain silent, and I have the right to put that on the record. I will not be participating in these proceedings any further. Now, when you do this, if there's already bail issued, that's fine. Oh, by the way, when you interrupt them, say, I apologize, but what I was saying is what I have the right to say, and I want this on the record. I will not be participating any further in these proceedings. If you're out on bail, they cannot get you for contempt. They cannot rearrest you. They cannot threaten. They will threaten. You don't have to argue. You don't have to scream. They will threaten because they need to make you cower. They need to make you participate. It's just that simple. But once you've apologized, especially, I apologize to the court already. That's all you have to say. You don't have to explain nothing. Too many of you are going about explaining yourselves. Stop explaining yourselves to them. They're trustees. Okay. He did I'm the beneficial owner of the Equitable Trust. He told me, the judge said, oh, well, you're in order. Excuse me? I said, did you tell them, how may I help you, Mr. Trust? No. I said, excuse me. You're supposed to tell them I'm the beneficial owner of the Equitable Cestake Trust. How may I help you, Mr. Trustee? Ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you anything else. The other person, the judge said, well, that's an equity. That's a civil matter. Well, now he's in equity. He's in a civil matter. Well, the court didn't tell him it's an equity. He just said that's a civil matter. Well, he's in a civil matter, and he says that, and the court tells him he is in order. Sounds to me like the court's saying, you're right. He didn't tell him he was out of order. He told him he was in order. You're right. Well, how can I help you, Mr. Trustee? They're trying to get him for what they call disorderly conduct. Ladies and gentlemen, I had somebody charge me with disorderly conduct. And I read the statute and I said, disorderly conduct says that there has to be some physical threat. That somebody has to threaten someone physically. There's nothing here about somebody threatening somebody physically. In that instance, they were claiming because I said that I wanted to speak to a supervisor and they said the supervisor wasn't busy, so I said, well, I'll sit here until he's ready. I have no problem. And they, about 30 minutes later, brought in security and had me arrested, saying that I was trespassing. Nobody had ever asked me to leave. But that didn't matter because that's how these officials work. Especially with, pay attention, people of color. The reason why I'm showing you this is because all of the color is here on this row. Now watch as the camera pans. All of the non-color, see? All the color down there, all of the non-color right there. And they're all wearing white. Interesting. And look, they're all bowing their heads, people. What is wrong with them bowing their heads? They got their hands over their heart and they're on their knees. But they want to highlight that these individuals are non-patriotic. See?
Great solidarity for the national anthem, blah, blah, blah. NFL fans refuse to blah, blah, blah. Stop disrespecting our flag and country.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this has nothing to do with the flag. He even has his back turned. Now, when you guys see the national anthem being sung, look at all the people doing all kind of other things. Hey, Black Power! Black Power! Sorry. I forgot what movie that was in where they get Black Power, you know. Oh, that's Dave Chappelle. And Mr. Beastie or whatever his name is. Black Power. Anyway, military. What the military doing there, y'all? Look at him. Look at him. Look at that hand just wagging. Look at him. Isn't that what a child does when he's throwing a tantrum, people? Just waving his hand and trying to explain something. This is a spoiled little idiot. Okay? Look at him. Only one hand. He only uses one hand for gesturing, people.
Talking about they should be fired. They should be fired. They should be fired.
I don't need to hear what he's saying because look at that. They made sure that that was a stage C. Big, huge flag. Big, huge flag. Why? Uh-oh. Look at him. Only one hand. He only uses one hand to gesture, people. Because he is a spoiled little brat. That's what he does. Because that's how he gets his point across, is because he has to force people to do or say or understand what he's saying. He always is proving a point because nobody gives him any credit. I was talking to one of the members of SATCOM the other day, and I was telling him how things work. I gotta decrease it because every time I hit it, it's acting like I'm hitting the main screen. I'm looking, I don't see anything else that would be of any import. Okay. Uh-oh. Kobe Bryant and others blast Trump for NFL remarks and uninviting Steph Curry to the White House. Ladies and gentlemen, why would you want to go to the White House? It's only for publicity anyway. It's only for publicity of the White House, not publicity for you. But it's the White House. So what is the White House? Sorry, when I'm not doing videos, this is what I look at. I look at Shannon Sharp. Shannon, you all right, but you know, it doesn't matter. I just wanted all of you to understand that they are not dissing anybody's stupid flag. If anybody is dissing a stupid flag, a piece of cloth, it is the people who put that junk out there in the first place, telling people that they must salute it and they must honor it and they must worship it. What the? Those are the ones who are dishonoring something. Because how can you bring honor to a piece of cloth? Well, it's what it represents. It's its symbolism. Then do the symbolism. Do the representation, but don't do the, well, they're dishonoring the American flag because they refuse to stand up, because they refuse to salute it, because they refuse to place their hand over their heart. The same thing they said about Jehovah's Witnesses in the 50s. Went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court ruled, and they ruled Brown versus U.S., okay, one of the most premier cases on rights. And because of those cases, with Jehovah's Witnesses, over 9 cases won in the Supreme Court. Because of those cases, the rest of you are able to exercise certain rights that you would not be able to exercise if it were not for those cases. So it has nothing to do with someone claiming someone's disrespecting the flag. Someone's disrespecting the national anthem. They're not disrespecting the national anthem. What they're saying is, we don't have a voice. You people aren't paying attention to us. You are killing my people. Stop killing my people. That's what they are saying. They said that from the very beginning. What I'm saying is, I'm tired of this stupidity. I'm tired of people sitting up here buying into this junk because the media says it, they believe it. Because the media says it, they believe it. Look, excuse me, racist Fox News, KKK Entertainment, I was just listening to them this morning because I don't have the other channels, MSNBC or CNN. It's not on the basic cable here. So I turned on just for about 10 minutes. I don't look at the whole program because it's not necessary. I'm just looking for whatever is highlighted. And I turn it on, and they're the ones, they're actually bringing up that the players were protesting because of the shooting of blacks. They actually said that, and what a minute? No, you just did not just tell people the real reason for their protests. Oh God, Fox, are you guys kidding me? But then it wasn't a quote-unquote person of color saying it. It was a lady saying it. Because they know by having a lady say it, it won't carry the same weight. You see, they will never bring in the individuals who started the protests. They'll never bring in the individuals who are behind the actual spirit of the protests. Now, I want you guys to get this. See, protests during the national anthem. No, they're not protesting just during the national anthem. They're protesting, period. Has nothing to do with the national anthem. Everybody else is making this about the national anthem. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't salute the flag. Now, I do respectfully stand up during the national anthem. I respectfully stand up, but I don't put my hand over my heart. I do not say the national anthem. For the home of the brave. Roseanne Barr is my hero. When she did that, oh God, on the national stage, that's my hero. Oh my God, did you hear what he just, I'm not watching his videos no more. He just talked about how much he appreciated what Roseanne Barr did. Because Roseanne Barr showed you guys how foolish that is. It's a song. That song, oh, so many people have died over that song. Ain't nobody died over that stupid song. Ain't nobody died over the American flag. Nobody went to war because of the American flag. People, y'all need to stop that. That is the marketing brand for the corporation. That's not the marketing brand for no country. I don't know why people are still stuck on this thing thinking that that's the marketing brand for a country. Again, let me show you why I can prove to you it's the marketing brand for a country. You see this right here? What's it doing at a football game? I told you, if you go back and look at the H.G. Wells volume that he wrote in the early 1900s, saying that they were going to have one team compete against another team. One state, one city, one tribe compete against another tribe, and how they were going to get them to root for their country. It was to be designed as a distraction. Ladies and gentlemen, I have not watched a football game in almost 20 years. As a matter of fact, when I watched that game, I was actually bored. The official last football game I watched was 1997. Yeah, 1996, 1997. Okay? I've not watched a football game in basketball. I haven't watched basketball since 2000, early 2000, maybe 2003, 2004. These are sports I used to watch on a regular. I was a fan. Get ready for some football. Okay? That was me. I was there every Monday night. I was there all day Sunday. And if it was on Saturday, I was there too. Thanksgiving, Christmas, basketball, and football. That was me. Because I was just like everybody else, thinking that stuff mattered. Ladies and gentlemen, if you only understood how fixed basketball and football is, why watch a game that's fixed? I don't need that type of entertainment, because that's all it is entertainment. You guys have all seen it, where the referee will make a call. That is, how in the, what the, is this fool looking at? How in the world could he make that call? You guys have all seen it. So, this is just me going, can we talk? Ladies and gentlemen, you will be hearing from me periodically. It doesn't mean that anything has happened. I am just going to take a break from the video scene. I got some paperwork to do for SATCOM, and we have some training to do. Okay? And if something does happen, if the powers that be decide that they don't want me to be no more out in public doing videos, don't worry about it. I'm a servant of Jehovah. He got my back. This is not me just making this up. This is me saying I have faith in the God that I serve. It doesn't matter if you understand. Just understand that that's my understanding. That's my patriotism. It's towards my God, where it should be. That's who I worship. I don't worship no flag. My allegiance is to my God. My allegiance will never be to some stupid country or some stupid flag. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have allegiance to a country or a flag. He says it. That's why you see so much in my voice. Okay? Because I'm so sick and tired of people ignoring him, treating him as if he's a lie. Somebody sent me a video on etymology, the study of words, and talking about the origins of many of the words that were used. Well, I know that the individual is getting that information from a lot of the stuff that Maxwell idiot does. Yes, I have no respect for
Mr. Maxwell.
Why? Because he's the one who believes that there is no God, that Satan and Saturn are the same thing, and that the Jews worship Saturn, that the Star of David was Saturn. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of those things, especially when he says that that's what they believe that later, and it wasn't the mainstream, it wasn't the actual factual Jews, it was those other idiots. But Jordan Maxwell is spewing out a lot of junk out of his mouth. He's mixing truth with lies. I have no respect for this person. Well, an individual did a video, etymology, study of words, and a lot of the stuff he was talking about comes from Maxwell. But what they don't do is they don't show you proof that this is the etymology of the word. They just put up a definition. You get with me, I tell you the book I'm getting it from. Okay? I show you the publication it's coming from. Why? Because I don't want you taking my word for nothing. My word means nothing. Okay? We have, this is Patti LaBelle and LaBelle's. I have to get myself in a position to help the people. I am not concerned about me. Most of you have understood that. If I was concerned about me, ladies and gentlemen, I'd be charging you for everything. I'd be doing like so many other people who are doing videos. I'd be charging you for everything. Okay? And I'd be the king of the totem pole, and I would be working it out to where I complied with the tax laws, and I made this into a marketing business. Go ahead and check and see if I'm doing that, because I'm not doing that, and I never will. Man, the most things that, if you guys could only, well, you saw the video that I put up by mistake. Looks like my phone is about to ring. I put up a video by mistake, And when I put up that video by mistake, it was to the SATCOM members. That was what our concern is. You heard me speak about the concern in that video. I can't even go back and tell you what everything I said in the video. That was the level in which I speak to the individuals in the video. Our main concern is you. Our main concern is not some stupid website. Our main concern is you. Getting information to you, helping you, doing the best we can to help you. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one. Star Trek, they're at the con! Mr. Spock, the last 10 minutes of the movie. Okay? The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. We're concerned about the many. We're not concerned about the few. Okay, I've taken up 15 minutes of your time, but like I said, I just wanted to talk. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good life. And those of you who have expressed concern about this man, have expressed appreciation for the information presented, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You see, I'm not too proud to say thank you and to say I recognize you. It's just, I'll say it again. There's too many of you. So I cannot afford to allow you to cause me not to breathe again. If I ever feel you in my arms again. If I ever feel your tender kiss again. Sorry, Tony Braxton. If I ever say I love you now again. Will I ever make love to you once again? Please understand if love ends. Okay, breathe again. That's my song, Tony Braxton. I appreciate it. That's all I wanted to say. But I cannot allow you guys to take away my energy. I need my energy. I need my energy. It is very important. So, please stay tuned. Have a good day. Have a good life. Have a good night. Goodbye.